Hi everyone, Yana is here and you are watching a card a month video series. In this video, I will be showing you how to create a romantic birthday card. So for this particular project, I will be using this large background stamp from Hero Arts. It's a tweed pattern stamp. I also have some inks from ClearSnap, and those are pigment inks. I will let you know the colors later on in the video. There are also links on my blog. Also some other clear stamps from Hero Arts. The Enjoy one is from their newest CHA 2014 release, and the other one, the Time to Laugh, Celebrate, and Enjoy, is one of their oldest stamps. I'm not really sure if it's manufactured anymore. I also have some sequins from Teresa Collins and Studio Calico, a little wood veneer element from Studio Calico, a spritzer bottle with some regular water inside. I will be working on a watercolor paper, and this time I will be using the textured side of the paper. So now what I'm doing is I'm picking out some colors from my paint box from ClearSnap, and I'm simply pressing the ink pads onto my acrylic block and letting the ink onto the block. This is sort of like a direct to paper, but in this case, direct to acrylic block technique. I do want to point out, though, that this particular usage of ink pads uses a lot of ink. So if you're using this a lot and often, you might want to think about buying re-inkers to keep your ink pads fresh. Now I'm adding some water, just spritzing like once or twice onto the ink and mixing the colors together using a brush. So far I've created a little puddle of ink and I've mixed the colors together, and now I'm using this puddle to apply it onto a portion of a stamp. I'm covering the stamp with watercolor paper and pressing it down using a tool. I'm not sure what's the name of the tool is, from ClearSnap. You can use it with you can press the paper with your hands, of course. Now here's another way of doing the same thing. Here I have the same colors, and I've also spritzed them with water, but I didn't mix them as much as I did previously. So I only mixed them a little bit, and instead of mixing them with a paintbrush, I let the water run and sort of create the mixture that way. So here's the result that I ended up with, and I had a piece of cat fur there, so I had to clean that up. So here are the two cards, the two backgrounds that I created, and for now I set them aside to let them dry, and I moved on to a different part of my card, which is stamping the Enjoy sentiment or Enjoy portion. So here at the moment I'm using the Wild Hair color from ClearSnap, and I didn't like that particular color, or rather I wanted to experiment with other colors of gray ink from ClearSnap, so I grabbed some other colors. This particular one is Cement. It's one of their newest inks from the Winter CHA, and now I'm also going to be using Antique Pewter to create another stamped impression on my paper. And to create these Enjoy little elements, I'm using sort of like an old piece of paper, like a practice piece of paper, and you can see it's dirty on the back. I always do this. If I create something and it doesn't look quite the way I like it, and the other side is clean, I keep it for future use. I don't throw it away. So I'm sort of like trying to save my money here. And now you can see me using some foam squares. The ones that I'm using are from Dove Craft, and I'm simply adding a few to the back of the Enjoy portion and adhering that Enjoy element to the bottom left and to the top right portions of my backgrounds. I'm also using some glue to adhere the wood veneer and on top of the Enjoy, and a little resin flower, little pink resin flower. This particular flower is from also from Dove Craft. It's actually from their Lilibet collection. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I will have the link in my post at the bottom. And now what I'm doing is I've picked out the other stamp, Time to Laugh, Celebrate, and Enjoy, and I'm only inking the the top portion of that stamp. I don't want it to stamp the entire thing, so I only inked the top part. And as you can see here, I've matched the ink. If I used antique pewter for the enjoy, I also used the same antique pewter to stamp the sentiment. Now I felt that the card was sort of like missing something, and I wanted to create a little heart, to add a little stamped heart. But since it was already too late to add any other stamped elements to the bottom, to the background, I grabbed a die from Spellbinders and used it as a template. I traced around with a pencil, and now I'm using a metallic marker from Dovecraft to outline that heart and create something fun and, unexpected in the background. Now the idea of my card, what I wanted to do, I wanted to create sort of like a confetti look. So I'm picking out some sequins, white sequins, silver, and light pink sequins. And I'm simply scattering them on my background. I'm also going to use a few silver gems from Hero Arts just here and there to create a nice confetti look. And once again, I'm adhering those one by one to my background, as you can see here. After I've adhered them, I felt that I needed something else. I wanted some more silver elements to my card. So I picked out those negative chipboard pieces that I had. You just saw me pull out a bag of chipboard circles. So this is a bag that I have from all the chipboard die cuts that I got from Blue Fern Studios. I collected them in a bag and I sorted them, and I have circles in one bag and other shapes in another. And I keep them just for occasions like these, when you want to add a little teeny tiny element to your card, but you don't really have anything like that. So that's where these come handy. And I've adhered them to a piece of cardstock just to make them, just to let them sit, to hold them in place, and I colored them with, once again, that silver metallic marker from Dovecraft. And finally, to finish off the card, I'm using some Dovecraft foam squares, once again, to adhere the background to some pink cardstock. This is Basil Basics cardstock. And since I have two cards here, I didn't have enough pink cardstock for both card bases, so the second card base, I made it out of white, premium white cardstock from Dovecraft, and I'm simply using a little strip of paper, of cardstock, on the left side here, and I'm adhering that. So I'm sort of like creating I'm cheating here, actually. I'm not using the entire pink sheet here. I'm only using a little strip, and instead of using the dimensional foam squares here, I'm only using the regular double-sided tape for this card. So I've added that, and I will be adding the background here just in a minute. Okay, so this completes my cards, and I also have another one, a third card, and these all have the background created with the same stamp, but they all look different, and I hope that this gives you some ideas and inspiration, and you will try this technique in your card making. Thank you for watching.